Hi, folks. On a Saturday evening, I'm Tom Kvicka. We're going to do a little weather talk. In fact, we may do a lot of talking about the weather. So let's get started with the Alexandria camp there on Texas Street. 89 degrees at that location, dew point 70. So, yes, there's still some humidity in the air. Now, the rain kind of took a vacation today. We kind of thought it would. Rain chances have been low, but it will start coming back Sunday. And of course, that 89, 70 makes it feel like in the 90s. And we see a partly cloudy sky. As we go into the Rapides Hospital, our RMC camp, there's a look northeast across into Pineville. We're looking at the Red River, and it looks like kind of calm today. And it's a nice day in that direction. Natchitoches mostly sunny there. Some high clouds from time to time, some cumulus, and it is 90 degrees. I believe it was 82 this time yesterday. So temperature did warm up today. Northeast Beauregard there between Dry Creek and DeRidder, we've got 87, and we can see some clouds and in fact some buildups there, but nothing producing rain just yet down in that particular area. And got some, I can't tell, that's a bird. I guess that's a bird kind of vying for some attention there on the camp. So yes, the wet spell will continue Sunday through Saturday. So that is starting tomorrow, continuing tomorrow through next week and into next Saturday. Common amounts. I'm still going with this. Maybe I've guessed right the first time with this, so I haven't changed this in a couple of days. Peak amounts still look like 6 to 8 inches, and those amounts do not consider what's already happened. This is additional rainfall. There's already been some locations in Cenla that have had 3 to 5 inches of rain since Wednesday evening. Rainfall rates. This is another dimension to this tropical air mass. We've got pretty good efficiency going to happen with the storm type that we get. We get some fairly large, heavy thunderstorms, and so we could definitely get 1 to 3 inches of rain an hour or less. And you know, there are areas that will have some issues with drainage if that happens, especially in your urban areas. Futurecast explaining why we're going to see this happen. This is with the GFS model. The basic pattern is here's a high pressure cell which is locked in there, and another one in the Atlantic. Between, you get a dip in the jet stream called a trough. So we can follow the wind, the flow of the atmosphere, if you will. So it's up and over the high pressure ridge. This is the roller coaster hill as I describe it. Then it comes down, bottoms out. There's the valley, and then it comes back up over the next ridge over in the Atlantic. And so in that kind of pattern, we've got ridge, trough, ridge. Now that sets up sometimes in the United States during the summer hours and summer days. So we've got this one, and because we're dealing with such large features, this is going to be very persistent. We've already been under its dominance starting with Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, and it's still in control of our weather pattern there. So I'm just going to kind of play this out. So let's go to our first hit there into Monday at midday. So you see that pattern is still with us. Here's the ridge, trough, ridge. There it goes into Tuesday. Same thing. Basically, again, locked into place. So again, the persistence. Wednesday, likewise, the trough remains across the area as the ridges continue. And you see there's minor movements there, but again, the basic pattern remains the same all the way into Friday now, and then going into next Saturday as we see that trough. It looks like it kind of shifted to the west as this high out west is kind of weakened. The one in the Atlantic seems to be pushing westward somewhat, and that will probably going to become the dominant feature here in the coming days. But our rainfall chances are still going to be very high. And then I'll just play this out for the rest of the time going in through next weekend. We see that trough kind of moves to the north a little bit, so a little less influence with that, a little bit more influence maybe from the high. So eventually we will see the rain chances drop, but again, not until this pattern relaxes. And so the 7-day forecast kind of reflects that as the reasoning for what my 7-day forecast is going to be. So radar not showing too much in the way of coverage here. We see a few showers and thunderstorms to the south of us. Play this out for an hour. Coverage is pretty low. Even down in these areas, I don't think they're getting the 50% that I anticipated down there. Let's see, I think a little something happened there in Rapides. Yeah, we see a little shower there between, looks like kind of into the LeCount area up there toward LSU Alexandria. A couple of isolated things going on there across around out toward DeVille, Big Island, and going on to the northeast toward Catahoula, seeing a little something there. St. Landry, there was a little rain in eastern northeast part of St. Landry there. And that rain looked fairly heavy. A little bit of an outflow moving to the north just a bit from these showers that are in the southwest part of Allen Parish. So you can see that the coverage today compared to what we've seen is kind of sparse, but that won't last long. Satellite and radar showing that northerly movement there. Here's that pattern coming from the north. That's what I kept talking about before this happened. Turn your eyes to the north and you'll see the weather pattern coming. There it is. It's happening, folks. All right, let's check out other things in Futurecast. This is a short-range model, kind of step you through the weekend just a bit. For Sunday morning, mid-morning, it's Sunday school, church time there. Don't anticipate any problems. Can't rule out a shower, but as we can see here, quickly by 2 o'clock, we start to see some showers and thunderstorms developing. And by latter part of the afternoon, early evening, showers and thunderstorms have kind of pushed northward a bit and expanded in coverage and intensity. So these are some pretty heavy cores that are noted here with this high resolution model. And so that is those areas that could get 1 to 3 inches an hour or less and pose some drainage issues in those locations that they could affect. And then as we move into Monday, by midday, not too much happening there. That is, of course, the day you're back to work. But once we get into that afternoon, Monday morning, not bad. Monday afternoon, evening, and Monday night, I think we'll see rain and thunderstorms become quite likely during that time frame. Your Sunday weather pattern only for the rainfall. Got 60% at all locations or higher. So we got an area of 60% to the north of us there. A couple of 70s over toward Jonesville, Vidalia, Leesville, Alexandria, Pineville, 70, and in Avoyelles. Farther to the south, it's 80 to 90% there. Mainly PM timing. Can't completely rule out something in the morning, but it's mostly PM. Less than an inch for many folks, but 2 to 4 inches will be possible in some of those heavy thunderstorm cores. Certainly that's the exception and not the rule, but it could happen at your house tomorrow. Hourly rates, the 1 to 3 inches that I've talked about as well. Now let's go beyond this into the tropical interest areas, sponsored by Atlas. Nothing in the Atlantic Basin so far. That is good news. It's a quiet period, quiet time. Let's enjoy it while it's inactive. And then we got a little something that may happen in the Eastern Pacific, but that won't affect our forecast. So back to the 7-day numbers here for you. A heavy rain threat is up Sunday through all the way through Thursday. We got 4 straight days of 90% there, Monday through Thursday. And yeah, I think tomorrow during my stream, I think I will change some of that probably to 100%. So essentially it's going to rain there off and on and for several days. So again, this rain is sporadic. It's not something that's going to set in and rain all day or anything like that. But by the time the day is over with, I think just about everybody gets wet. And it could be locally heavy in some locations, and those accumulations, that is what adds up during that time frame. And look at the temperatures, magnificent temperatures. Yeah, it's going to be humid, but yeah, well below the 73, 93 that we typically see for late July. And then even Friday and Saturday, as this pattern tends to relax just a bit, but still wetter than it should be for July. We should be seeing 40% there. I've got 60 for Friday and Saturday. Temperatures beginning to climb back. I've got 90 by next Saturday as an average across the area. So it would be hot and muggy starting back maybe next weekend. So that's your 7-day forecast there. The wet rain weather will win the forecast, as I've said. And of course, also I want to make the point that what a difference a year makes. Remember last year when we had the terrible heat, extended, protracted heat, especially as we headed into August, and the wildfires and the drought. Well, this rainy spell, I think, is a way of kind of balancing, counteracting that. The atmosphere does that. All right, thanks for listening. Nick Mikulas, I'm not sure what he's going to do tomorrow. He may do something, and I'll